Hello everyone. We are back here again today with another live interview, and I'm Rafia Cooper. That's Megan Rawls at the end, and our guest today is Jonathan Valiente. Have I said that right?
Yes, that's
From
right.
PHP Agency. And we're going to learn all about Jonathan's business and this beautiful, can you see this gorgeous view behind us? It's amazing. So we're here on the 9th floor and just loving the view. So Jonathan, tell me, how long has this agency been around?
It was founded back in 2009 by Patrick David. He founded it here in California, and also today we have close to 49 offices around the states. And we'll be expanding and growing more and more because we just don't have this office. We have multiple offices in Corona, Palmdale, Lancaster. So we just expanding so much,
Wow.
This is just one of our LA office. We're at the corporate phone building next to TikTok, but we wanted to upgrade something more nicer, so we came over here to the 9th floor.
Okay.
This is nice.
So let's tell them where you're located.
So we're located in 3415 South Sepulveda on the 9th floor. We're on the two-car building. That's easier to find.
It's easy to, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. We're right next to the 405, you can see the freeway in the back. So we're right next to it.
Yes. And what kind of services? What do you guys do?
So we're a financial services office. We provide services like 401k rollovers, 403bs, Roth IRA, annuities, debt settlement, life insurance, retirement accounts. So those are some of the services that we do. We're in the Hispanic market a lot. We were at the beginning, but now we're expanding even more because we feel the importance of educating families about their financial needs,
It's really important.
Mhm.
How do you find that you guys attract most of your clients then?
Most of our clients is people that we talk to, like word of mouth. Because I feel referrals is a very big in our business. Mm-hmm. We feel that people that want to work in their finances, they want to go with somebody that they trust, especially in our market. We're the type of person that we don't like doing door knocking. We prefer when we knock on a door, they're going to open the door because they already know us. Somebody referred to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They know that we took care of them, so we want to make sure that we take care of the same way that they were taken care of.
And I'd imagine, especially, like you said, working with the Latino community, being able to speak the language, that's really important to people too, and their families knowing and seeing other families. I mean, that's how you really create that community, which is so cool too.
Yes, I grew up here in LA, and one of the biggest struggles that I saw it was within my community was the same way with my parents, is that they were not ready financially. Mm-hmm. When it came time to go into college, for at least for 3 of our siblings, my parents didn't have all their finances in order, and they
People
were not
didn't necessarily go to college before that too. Yeah.
And it was hard for them, and thankfully, now me working in this industry, I was able to help them and guide them financially for them to be prepared. And now my youngest sister is at USC, and she's, enjoying all those benefits that we couldn't do. But it's important because, everybody has a time, and now this is our time to help anyone that we can.
Yeah. Oh, I have goosebumps though. That's so cool because isn't that really that must feel good as a job to know that you're being able to offer that to people.
Yes.
And that you were able to do it for your own family too.
Of course, yes, it is. It's very important to us. We're not just an office that offers financial services. Mm-hmm. We're an office that we want to contribute the information that we have to the community. Mm-hmm. Just recently today, we were signed on to a public school district where we're going to be able to work with parents and do workshops in the community about teaching them about what's a debt, expenses, how to create a budget, those kind of terms that we don't really know about or we don't hear about. Because the school is great because it teaches us the fundamentals, but sometimes along the way we forget, how to strategize our planning, how to put our money into a safe account, because...
Or even balance your checkbook.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we talk about it all the time in
yes.
the schools, that should be something. So that's
it
very
should be taught.
You guys are doing
totally.
That.
Yes, of course. We look into programs. We want to come in and help out the community, let them know where we are because sometimes the building gets seen, but we don't get seen. Yeah. So we got to put ourselves out there, and that's what we're trying to do. You just grow as a community.
So what is actually your role here?
I'm a marketing director, so I'm one of the business partners in this building. We're close to 16 people that we run this office. We have close to 115 agents that we have here in training. So my role
At this office?
At this office.
Wow.
Yes, at this office. You had the pleasure of coming into our office on our grand opening, and we didn't fit on the main floor because there was too many people.
I did come here.
Yes, and it was just chaotic, and it's exciting. It's exciting.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
However, I couldn't stay very long, but
No.
it was nice to pop in.
Yes,
for a
of
minute.
course. It gets overwhelming, but my role as here as a marketing director, I have other business partners as well that we try to make decisions for how we're gonna grow an office and how we're gonna get ourselves known out there to the community.
So there's people who are new joining us now. Again, let's tell them a little bit back.
Of course.
Reiterate. What kind of insurances you provide?
We do life insurance as a term, permanent. We do retirement accounts. We're a financial services where we do 401k rollovers, annuities, debt settlement. So we try to provide any kind of financial services. But one of the biggest things about us as an office is that it's not just financial people or consultants. We have other people that do other businesses as well. We have people that are realtors. We have people that do taxes. We have people that are teachers, that they just have a full-time business outside of this, and they also add this into contributing to our agency. Because everybody's trying to look for, a side hustle.
Side hustle.
So, everybody's out there trying to chase it, so
Yeah.
it gives them an opportunity to do something,
Something else.
Something else.
There's people watching, and if you are watching and you have a question for us, please put it into the comments, and we're happy to, if the question is for me or Megan or for Jonathan, let us know and we can answer those questions for you. So you said annuities and all this, but I didn't hear you say anything about homeowner insurance. Is that something you do or you don't do?
We don't do homeowner insurance, but we do have agents here who do PNC, which is property and casualty. So
Okay.
we are like a one-stop for everything. So you come in and we don't have that service. We have outsourcers, people who we build relationships with that we could refer you to.
Okay.
So that's one of the biggest things that we have,
And auto too, right?
Yeah, PNC will line into all those processes like pet insurance.
Okay, pet
home.
insurance. That's a good
Yes,
one.
it is. It is. It's a good business because now here, especially in LA, everybody has some kind of pet.
Especially after COVID.
Yes, I have like 3 of my own that I don't know where they came from, But now I have them at home like they're our kids.
Oh my gosh. Do you have insurance for them?
I do.
You do?
I do because they're very expensive when they get sick,
Oh, yeah.
And one of the biggest things that got me into the insurance industry, it was going through some hard memories when I lost a friend and unfortunately she didn't have any coverage and having to do collections and things like that, So I started looking into this and I got into it and I got excited about that,
So I have a question. So on pet insurance, should you, if let's say you adopt a pet as a puppy, let's say it's a dog, do you get the insurance right away? Or do you wait? And how late can you wait before someone will insure you?
Well, actually, we don't do pet insurance. I have pet insurance on my pets, but I don't do pet insurance. But it does. We have some people that do it here in the office, but I don't do it. But I got pet insurance right away after I got the puppies because from what they explained it to me, it was that since I bought the puppy, I didn't really rescue or anything. Since when I bought the puppy, the place where I got it from, they had the paperwork and they recommended to get everything right away. And when I registered him, they had it available, so I was like, might as well, And I got it, and I had the puppies for almost 3 years already, so.
Wow.
We've been paying insurance for the puppies for 3 years.
So the financial planning is helping to pay for the puppies.
It is. It's helping to pay for the financial, for the puppies, especially because I get to travel for my job. I have clients in Idaho and Utah, Maryland, So when I travel, sometimes I get to take them with me, so it's exciting.
Nice.
That's very nice.
Yes.
What kind of dogs?
I have a poodle, I have a Frenchie, and I have a dog that it was given to me as a gift, so I don't know what kind of breed it is, but it's a mix, so but he's there, he's nice, I also have a Chihuahua, which I had it since I was single, he's like 16 years old,
Oh, wow.
and he's still alive and kicking, so he's still there, so I'm excited for him.
So, but it sounds to me like you have to do the insuring right away. Is better to
Yes,
do it, right?
like anybody, a crazy fact is that when You know, I'm pretty sure when kids are born, you could put an insurance in them in 15 days. You know, in 15 days. You could put insurance in them in 15 days. And why not do it on the puppies, you know, because they also provide the same kind of love that we need.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
So it's exciting to get
And
them.
isn't there a life insurance plan that you can use? Is there one that can somehow use for college?
There is.
That is a thing, right?
There is a thing that you could listen. It's a permanent insurance account, which you could start putting money into that account and accumulate the compound interest throughout the years. And as you guys contribute into it, then you could use it for college. You could use it for anything. It's like a 529, but with a 529, it's pretty much structured for the school stuff. If it's not school, then you can't use it. But now, especially in LA, how a lot of young people are coming into entrepreneurship. They want to build businesses. You know, rather than just having that money tied up in school, they could use it to do a little startup business and open different kind of accounts or get them started pretty much in life.
Yeah, we learned that with my older daughter. Luckily, she decided she did want to go to college, but she didn't look like she may want to, and we had this 529 that we're like, what? Luckily, we have another child, but yeah, it is nice to have some flexibility, and I don't think that people talk about that enough, but I know people that have done it.
Yes, of course, especially there's new regulations now in 2024 as for the 529s, which now if you have a good amount, you could roll over up to $30,000 into a Roth IRA, depending on the amount that you have, just in case if your kid is not going to college, then rather than losing that money, you could move it somewhere else for yourself or for him. You know, now that's a good way to get strategized, because savings accounts are great because you get some kind of interest in it, but you get like 0.3%. You know, so that's not much.
No.
That is not much.
There are many good CDs right now, so you can do some of those.
You can do some CDs.
Yeah, but no, you're right. There's not.
And I have to say, like, as much as I definitely was not into it when I know, however, 18 years ago of like being responsible and planning. Luckily, I married someone who was and now when the time comes, it's so nice not to have to be stressed, to know that you have that money to let your child do what they want to do. It's
cool. It's funny because now, like you say, when you prepare financially, your kids get prepared financially as well. Like my son, since we come into this industry, he knows about his savings account, he knows about the money. We try to teach him the lessons of earning that money and keeping that money and just letting it go and spending it. The difference between needs and wants. We all done it. I done it myself. Sometimes my wants are bigger than my needs, but it's good to have a good strategy on how much you could spend and being knowledgeable about money. One of my coach, which is David Bryan in our office, he says that one of the biggest motivations in life is being financially free to the point that it don't matter what you need or want, that you could get it.
Right.
That you could get it.
I used to always tell my kids that, it's not about being rich. It's about like making sure that you can pay all your bills and still be able to go out with your friends and not worry about how much the dinner costs.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're going out for friends, birthdays and stuff. Is there questions over there?
I do have a question on Instagram.
Okay.
They were asking for your contact info. How do people reach you?
Well, you guys can find me on Instagram as I am Jonathan Valiente.
And I'll tag you.
Yes, of course.
As well.
So it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok. So all platforms, I am Jonathan Valiente.
All right.
And I tagged him on our Facebook group page already on this live. So if you do have a question for Jonathan and you're watching this on the rerun of this and not watching us live, which a lot of people end up doing, please put your questions, and one of us will definitely get back to you, and Jonathan will answer.
Yes,
is there a website for this agency?
There is a website for this agency, but let's say, for example, that the agency is so big that it will just go to the mainframe. But everybody in our office have their own personal accounts, so we are independent contractors at the end.
I see.
So we all have our different websites, our different profiles, our different things that they could reach out to us. But definitely we'll share it. And if you guys have any questions, we have questionnaires and videos that could, just give you more of a concept of who we are as a company, and especially the services that we provide to the community. We have workshops every Saturday where we teach about taxes and how to fix your credit and We bring out realtors from other agencies to come and teach classes about how to be a first-time home buyer and how you could use your 401k if you're a first-time home buyer to buy a house, you know. All of those topics that people need to be aware of, you know.
You should
That's
definitely
amazing.
post that to the group too.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
that's such a good resource.
It is. We're just trying to provide as much value as we can, and there are so many professionals as well, like you guys, that I feel like everybody has something to teach.
Well, and I was going to say, I think that a lot of people, like I was saying, I didn't really know before. You're saying your family, you know, it's like many people don't have any experience with wealth management. Even that sounds so fancy. It's like, what does that mean? But really, everybody can do this. Everybody can benefit from thinking about their financial planning. Now, I think is that the case? And is it, I feel like in people with their own businesses, entrepreneurs you mentioned, is this a good resource for them? Because many people get 401ks and such through their companies, but they don't so they might not understand the difference of being able to invest with your own financial planner versus just John Hancock or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's always great to get something from your job. Like, for example, people get life insurance through their job. And it's great because they get a certain amount of coverages, right? But when the moment you leave your job, then you don't get to take that insurance with you. Then you lose it. Then you got to get your own private insurance.
Got it.
Yeah, like for example, the 401k, I'm not saying that they're bad, because they're good. If your job offers you one, get it, you know. If they're contribute as well. But just, you know, make sure that you are aware where the contribution is going to. But there's so many rules into the 401k. You cannot touch into your 59 and a half. If you touch it before that, you gotta pay penalties. There's certain regulations that you could use between them. But imagine having to work your whole life and only touch it into that certain amount of time, you know? So there's other accounts like the one that we have where just that you're able to access that money liquidly at any moment that you might need. Of course, there's certain regulations as well, but money becomes more liquid. It's like the 4 homes of money, you know? Liquid, grow, is it tax-free, and if it's safe, you know? You gotta make sure that your money is in those 4 homes of money, so that way it could last you for the rest of your life. Because one of the saddest things that we've seen nowadays is that people retire at the age of 65, and they have a pension or they have some savings. But that will, especially with nowadays how inflation is growing, taxes are growing, especially in California, you know? That money doesn't last for long. It will just take you so much. And one of the things that I love about Walmart is that if you see, they're one of the people that still hires above 65 years, you know? They still have people that are able to get some kind of benefit so they could get some income and contribute and keep having their expenses being paid for with their labor. But that shouldn't be the case, you know? Because I feel like people, it's just, they didn't have the right information when they needed it. So that's our job to teach them the right information, or at least guide them through the process. Because our services are not for everyone, but we gotta help them and teach them what it is and what could it do for them.
The education should be for everyone, kind of to your point about the outreach that you guys are doing. Because, yeah, I mean, I think probably more often than not, people would find that your services more likely are for them than not for them.
It sounds like it's not just about insurance, you're a lot more about financial planning.
We are, you know, the name of our company is called PHP, but it's called People Helping People. So that's very exciting, you know.
I like that.
It is. So it's people helping people. We try to help people. We have such a high standards on. We always have like books of the month that we read as an office, and it's just so
It's like a great community.
Yeah, it's like a great community. It's a great environment. You know, we try to learn and grow from each other, and we always try to push each other up because sometimes that's what this world needs. It needs somebody to like, hey, you're doing a great job. Let's continue. Hey, let's sit down and digest this book and how it's gonna help us. You know, right now I'm reading the 5 standards. The 5 principles of selling, and I'm also reading the Golden Standard, which is the book of the month in our agency. And every Tuesday we sit down as an office and discuss it. Like, what did you guys learn? Oh, that's amazing. Or what did you learn? And everybody's sharing their input about the book. You know.
Sounds like a financial book club.
Yeah, it is. It is.
For those of you who just started watching us, if you have a question, let us know. We are interviewing Jonathan Valiente at PHP Agency, which is all about financial planning and insurance.
Some insurance, yes.
Some insurance. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments, or if you go watch this on the rerun, please put the questions anyway there. and one of us will answer you back. Jonathan will check it too, and he can answer your questions as well. And if you want to reach Jonathan, you're at...
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at I am Jonathan Valiente.
Okay.
All platforms all around.
We'll tag him.
And I've tagged him on our Facebook group page. So, and if you guys are new to our group page, please, watch all of these interviews, learn more about these businesses. If you want to be interviewed, please let us know, and we're happy to put you on our list. We are booked up for some things right now.
Fridays at 3:30, so also if you want to tune in live.
Yes,
Right. You can tune in on Fridays. We try to go on around 3:30, but sometimes we're a little delayed or maybe a little early. So just check for us, and then also, we do these in-person mixers as well, and we had Jonathan at our last one. Our next one is going to be on Thursday, March 7th at 4:30 p.m. at the Alcott Mental Health Services. Come and find out what this great company does too, because we all see the need for the mental health services, and come see what they're offering. They're right in Culver City, Jefferson and Overland. So RSVP, the event is here on our Facebook group page. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, if you're on Instagram and you're watching and you want to join, it's Culver City Biz. And what else?
That's amazing. That was a lot of information.
A lot of information.
I would say, those business forums that you made, they're amazing. It's a great way to network, meet other people. And one of the things that attract me more, because I've been to two of them, that is not just about like, hey, let me promote business. People actually want to connect with you, like have a conversation, and you get to sit down and eat with them and partner, exchange numbers, and it's just more of a connection rather than a business forum. But that's the most better way, because then it pushes you to go more again. Like, I don't want to miss them.
And that's why I call it a business social forum, because it's like you have to, one thing, I sell jewelry. I design a line of jewelry, and I sell it. And one of the things that I learned over the years of doing this for 24 years, it's really not always about the jewelry. It's about the connection.
100%.
And it's very interesting. I used to do trade shows, and I would sell wholesale to retailers, and those buyers would come in and they would be like, I want to tell your story, and so just like how you told us your story today, that's what people want to connect with. And so at these business social forums or in-person events, you can definitely make those connections. We do end up getting a lot of people there, but even with a lot of people, there's still so many connections made. And I love it when people call me or come back the next time and tell me about the connections that they've made with each other, because that means that we're doing our job.
Yeah, and it is fun working the check-in table, and since our December event, having people come in and be like, oh, I got a new customer this month from this group, or, I booked a consult, or whatever the case.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, it is. It's a nice group.
It's a nice group, and we did do 2 business fairs and bazaars, whatever you want to call it, last year, and we're going to do 2 this year too. So our first one this year is going to be on June 6th. If you want to participate and be an exhibitor there with your business, you are more than welcome to contact one of us and let us know if you're interested. We're making a list already. We've got a few people interested. We're working on a location, and the fee for going into this is very minimal to none. So it's going to be really good. So
that's the other nice thing, is that everything is generally free.
Everything is free. If you want to come on one of these, we promote your business sitting here. We didn't charge you any money.
No, of course not. I was just happy, excited to get the text, and I'm happy to be part of it. It's a great way to also open the community to the businesses out there.
Yes.
It's funny because I was at Trader Joe's yesterday, and I'm having a conversation about my wife that, like, hey, you know what? I'm interested in learning about ramen. And the lady in front of me is telling me, oh, there's a restaurant on Venice that you could go and try ramen. So like, oh, okay, so let me exchange numbers because I don't even know the place. And that's how you build connections at these kind of events, you know. You get the word out there about these businesses because there's small businesses in the community that we don't want to let them go because they're so unique and special. I'm pretty sure like your business, there's such a big story up behind it. You know, that everybody has a story to tell about their business, and all they do is a little bit of exposure. And you're doing such a great job at doing this kind of thing because expose them out there. People want to look into it.
We have to help each other.
Yes.
You know, we have to help each other, and that's really the philosophy here. Really, is to help each other. And like Megan touched on a little bit, we don't charge any money for this. We don't charge any money for you to go to our mixers either. The only cost ever is if you want to host one. And that's up to you how much you want to spend on that too. You know, you have an opportunity to bring people into your business, see where you are. And when you do that, there's a huge other connection that gets made because they get to see who they're working with and the actual environment, you know. So that's a really good thing. But if whatever food you're serving that day, that's pretty much the minimal cost of the whole thing, you know. And that can be minimal. It doesn't have to be a lot.
And you can partner up with someone too. But either way, we're booked for that for a while as well.
Yes. And our in-person mixers, we have September, October, and November left. That's it. So we are booked.
Quick.
So if you do want to host one, let us know. We'd love to have you. Anything else you want them to know, Jonathan, before we sign off?
Well, most and foremost, like I said, my name is Jonathan Valiente. I grew up in this community. I'm super passionate about what I do, which is in the insurance industry and the financial concept of teaching people about their financial literacy, and especially not just people, but kids as well. You know, I run a lot of programs for kids where I want to teach them about their finances as well, because, you know, I saw the struggles growing up and I don't want them to be the same kind of struggles, you know, because there's so much information out there. All we need is stand ahead and say, hey, I want to learn more, you know, and there will be so much people, especially people like them, that are willing to help out and share this information. So that's just our goal. I appreciate you guys' time, and especially visiting in our office. You know, you guys are more than welcome all the
Look
time.
at this beautiful
Thank you.
view.
Yeah, thank you
Look at
for
this
having
gorgeous
us.
view.
Yes.
It's amazing. Thank you so much. And they're
Thank you, guys.
located on Sepulveda. We'll put the website down, but he's tagged in there, and you are more than welcome to contact him directly. Thanks for watching. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
guys
See you,
next
Karen.
week.
Thanks, guys.